Am I giving up presente abaixo uma chave abaixo uma coacorash? The one is under the apostles of great millstone. And the unshabables to be pushing this truth in sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. On the Baba Body are coming out here to give you this truth for the grace and mercy of Yahal Bashim Al Shabashim Kohakorash. Giving up presente abaixo uma chave abaixo Kohakorash. Okay, so this is going to be a relatively quick video based upon the clip that we're going to watch in a second. And the purposes of this video is to tell you and remind you that we spoke to you about these particular things that was going to play out within the earth, and now you're seeing the situation and the movement towards the MOTB, the RFID chip, and every system that's going to be linked up to that. You're seeing these particular things come into fruition and coming into the existence of the world, and you're going to see how these things come together, right? Which is what we're going to see within this particular video. And like I said, we told you for the longest time. We told you that this was going to come to the earth. We told you that this is what the life that they prepared for you was going to look like. You owning nothing and supposed to be happy with that. And we spoke to you about these particular things as the reality of the situation that you're going to find yourself in. And that's a beautiful thing, okay, to see these prophecies come to pass. And this is an example of that. The systems by which they're getting themselves ready and geared up for, to track, monitor, trace everything, and put you into a situation where you can't maneuver within this world outside of their system, where they're going to have the bots, and the bots are going to manage and watch everything. Yeah, that's what's coming to the world, man. That's what's coming to the world. The bots are going to watch everything. The system's going to watch everything. The system's going to monitor everything. And you ain't going to be able to exist outside of the system. And really, what you're going to see here is very indicative of a social credit system where everything is watched, tracked, monitored across all platforms, and they're able to seize assets, okay, change how everything is managed, monitored, all that, okay? And what's what we're going to watch here within this clip. So I'm going to let the woman speak. This is based around the tax system that we have out here within the UK, where pretty much the system's great if you're not a business owner or anything like that, because pretty much the system just takes your tax for you, okay? Instead of having to do it at the end of the year or whatever. I think that's how they do it in other countries, where you would have to go onto the system and pretty much say this is how much money I made, etc, etc, etc. But pretty much here they just take the money straight out your bank before you even see it, which, you know, there's merits to that and whatever, right? But again, like I said, once the woman starts speaking, you start to see the video for yourself. You begin to understand, okay, this is the beginning of what they call the social credit system. Everything tracked, traced, monitored, integrated to the end where you can't do anything outside of the system, okay? You can't say, I made, like the woman's going to explain, I made 20 grand and you're living a lifestyle that's more indicative of 50 grand, okay? But she's going to explain it. I'm going to let her speak. I'm going to let her talk. Let's go into this.
I've actually seen the damage that these new HMRC checks do to limited companies and the self-employed, because I advise hundreds of businesses every single month. In 2025, HMRC doesn't guess anymore. Their sophisticated AI system tracks your online activity, including your social media, and then cross-checks it with what your bank, e-commerce sites, and crypto platforms have already reported to them. So not only am I going to share my hottest tips for how to keep you safe from destructive HMRC investigations, I'm also going to tell you how to keep more of your cash away from them. Let's start with the most important and frankly most dangerous reality in this video. Right now, HMRC is using an artificial intelligence system called Connect, and it's not just looking at your tax return, it's looking at everything. According to HMRC's own disclosures under the Freedom of Information Act, their Connect system actively scans your bank account activity, payouts from PayPal, Etsy, Amazon, Stripe, Airbnb, the land registry as well, DVLA records, and yes, even your social media. They literally use social media to assess your lifestyle and check if it matches what you're declaring. So if
now you see, that's what sounds like a social credit system. That's what they got out there in China. Okay, you spit some chewing gum, some bubble gum out at a train station. That's gonna impact your so-called social credit. Right now, they could say it's all tax and everything, but we know the system's going to be one uniform system across everything. So obviously, once you have your credit score attached to your HMRC account, like you're seeing here, that's your social credit system. And that's what they've been going for. What do you think the digital ID is all about that they're speaking about? Right? All of a sudden, it's all interconnected. It's all the same thing. Okay?
You're posting from a hot tub in Marbella, showing off a new Tesla, or filming content in your mansion with a grind never stops caption, whilst you're also declaring 30 grand profit and claiming mileage at the flat rate. You're not under the radar, you're right at the top of their list. A senior HMRC official confirmed in 2023 that Connect flags discrepancies between declared income and known lifestyle indicators, such as expensive assets or international travel visible online. And here's the kicker: you don't need to be committing fraud. You just need a lifestyle that doesn't match your tax return, and HMRC will open an inquiry to close the gap. Before I talk about how to protect yourself from their AI system, I want to know what you think about HMRC being able to do this. Pop it in the comments below. Is their system overstepping everyone's right to privacy, or...
Yeah, that's privacy is a thing of the past. Okay, privacy is a thing of the past. Most of these systems are already working. Most of these systems are already functioning. Most of these systems are already doing what they're supposed to be doing. It's just a case of letting the peons know via some elaborate scheme. Okay?
Is it a necessary evil to ensure that people are held accountable for the tax they owe? So, how to protect yourself from their spying AI eyes?
Now I gotta speak about that, because here it is. They'll tell you about. Here it is. They'll tell you about the accountability and all of that. But what about these millionaires? Okay, these millionaires have been, shelling out funds all over the place, right? In these tax havens. Okay, they got all kind of money within these tax havens, but for the regular person, that the peons, okay, the regular individuals, they can't put no money anywhere. Everything's already taxed before it goes into your bank account. Like you're seeing here, if you're so-called self-employed and you're trying to get up in the world so you can be as rich as they are, right? They ain't gonna let you do that, because guess what? They got rich because they was defrauding people. Now they put themselves in a position where they want to defraud the people even more by means of this MOTB, CHIP, and they're going to put you in a position where you truly don't have anything, okay? A lot of people out here that are so-called business owners have got themselves into a position of being affluent off of the back of what? Off of the back of not declaring particular things. Now you got to declare everything. Now they're going to change the tax rules, all this, that, and the third, to squeeze the people, right? So this is a squeeze. But at the same time, you can see that they're building an infrastructure for the MOTB.
Declare everything. If you've made money through online platforms, whether it's selling mugs on Etsy, side hustles paid through PayPal, or affiliate links from TikTok, declare it. Since 2024, all those platforms are legally required to report your income straight to HMRC. So if you leave it off, HMRC won't just suspect you've underreported, they'll already know. Second, track your income properly. Use proper accounting software, like Xero or Free Agent, QuickBooks, or even our free spreadsheet, and we'll put the link in the description. But whatever you do, don't rely on your memory. Every deposit, every client payment, every PayPal transfer, record it, because the more complete your records are, then the less HMRC have to fill in the blanks themselves, because whenever they do, it's never in your favour. Thirdly, explain any luxury items. If you're driving a shiny new car or living in a house that doesn't seem to match your declared profits, just keep a simple explanation on file. For example, was it bought on finance? Was it a gift? Was it purchased or bought personally and not through the business? You don't need to include this in your return, but again, if HMRC ever asks, you've got your answer ready. And then fourth, be mindful of what you post. Seriously, really, you can absolutely be proud of your success, but don't post 6 figures in 6 months on Instagram while declaring 18 grand of trading income. HMRC sees it, they match that to your tax return, and if it doesn't add up, You'll be explaining it under investigation. And if you want to be...
Anyways, man, that's the video. So that's the world we're living in right now. We're living in a world where everything is gonna be tracked, traced, monitored, quantified. You'll get down to your breathing. Okay, they'll start monitoring your breathing. Anyways, but I must say, all praise unto the ball unto the apostles of great millstone. Honest your brothers to be pushing the truth and sincerity. I'll see you on the next one. Shalom.